right there, my Crown Chakra friends. Today we're going to talk a little bit about brain health and how bringing health to the brain helps bring clarity, focus, and a stronger connection with the Crown Chakra. And so today I'm going to share some powerful herbs that have an affinity to the brain. And some of these you might have heard of. They're pretty common. You can find them in the yard. You can also find them in teas available at the stores. And the first herb I'd like to talk about is lemon balm. And lemon balm is a nerve tonic. It helps reduce stress and anxiety. And so stress and anxiety in Ayurveda is vata. It's that air lifting up. And it's lifting up through this crown chakra. And so by enjoying some lemon balm in a tea or a tincture, you can help reduce some of that stress and anxiety. Another great herb to reduce anxiety and stress, it's more of a sedative, is passion flower. And passion flower is beautiful. It tastes good. You can find it in teas pretty easily. And it's a great herb to use to help to sedate that active mind and to help calm your body. Another herb that you've heard of, but you may not see in products out in teas, is hops. And hops are typically used in beer, and it's the hops in the beer that help bring on that drowsiness. Now, I don't recommend drinking alcohol, especially if you're feeling a lot of motion and activity in the mind. But hops can be used in a tea. I grow hops in my yard, and you can add them to a tea. I've seen them in sleep pillows, and they're really good if you want to ground them up and put them in a pillow as you lay down on them. They also help to reduce that active mind. Another great herb is valerian. Valerian is a great tonic to calm the mind. Ginkgo. Ginkgo is almost the opposite. It helps with circulation. It helps that brain receive the blood that it needs. And so it helps with memory. It helps improve that function of the mind. Gotu-kola, also in Ayurveda known as Brahmi, is a nerve tonic, and that has an affinity for the mind, for the brain. And it helps increase awareness, but calms the mind and brings focus. Also increases intelligence. This is a really great herb to take to help support the brain and the mind. Ashwagandha, and I have some ashwagandha here. I found this ashwagandha at Home Goods, and so I can go into that discount place. And this one here was only $6. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. It helps with memory and enhance that brain function. It's a nervine. Also is an immune modulator, which means it's supporting your immune system. Some other items that are good for the brain, and this has its own family. It's not a plant, it's a fungi, and that's lion's mane. And so here's this mushroom that is great for the brain. And so when you're looking at memory or just enhancing brain health, lion's mane is a great mushroom to do that. You might have heard of St. John's wort. St. John's wort is to help to relax the brain. It actually is great to use as an antidepressant. It also reduces anxiety. So there are some great herbs that help support the mind or the brain. I do want to share that I am not a doctor. Anytime you think about adding herbs to your diet, even though these are natural, you should always consult with your physician, making sure that there aren't any side effects to anything else that you are already taking. All right, so some other things that we can do to help support this mind, whether it's to calm it down, to release anxiety, to bring focus, to find that clarity and connection to the crown chakra. One practice is Sharadara. And in Sharadara, we take this beautiful copper vessel and we fill it full of oil. Now, I have a Vata constitution, so I have a Vata oil, and this Vata oil has herbs that are appropriate for my dosha, my constitution. And I would put that oil in this lovely copper vessel, and I would lie back, and a stream of oil would drip down right onto my third eye or a little bit higher. This is actually a great practice for the third eye, but I saved this demonstration or this discussion for the crown because it does bring clarity, and it helps to remove stress, and it's just perfect for the mind and the crown chakra. It relieves headaches. During the fall, when there's a lot of motion and a lot of vata, a lot of air, we can become a little more anxious, and this Sharadara practice is an excellent way to reduce that. I'm going to add a couple photos so you can actually see what this might look like. Now, as you could imagine, this bottle might fill the bottom of the vessel that we're going to be using, that's going to be pouring down, dripping right onto the center, running down through the hair, just nourishing this whole area. It could be pricey, and it's difficult to do at home by yourself. What you can do at home is to create your oil, and this is sesame seed oil, organic, raw, unrefined. You could pour that sesame seed oil onto a cloth, like a washcloth, and saturate that cloth and just lay it across the forehead and lie back. Won't be quite as calming as the Sharadara at a physician's office with the copper kettle, but it still helps relieve and reduce some of that stress and anxiety. All right, so another practice that I use is Nausea oil. And so Nausea oil is very similar to the Sharadara. This is an organic oil, and it has herbs that are appropriate for my constitution. There's probably Brahmi in here because Brahmi is excellent as a mind tonic. And one of the ways that we bring this oil up to the mind to help bring clarity and focus is to drop 4 to 5 drops into each nostril. And so I would lie back, my head tilted back, and take my little dropper, drop it into each side, and I'd let my head rest back for a few moments, letting that oil soak all the way up, reaching into this cavity area, and really infusing it with this powerful oil, with its powerful herbs to nurture this whole area. This is a great practice when you're feeling anxious, if you've got a lot of anxiety. This is also a really nice practice before meditation. In New Mexico, where it's super, super dry, this area can become very dry. And so a Nausea oil is an excellent way to bring moisture. And because it does it, it actually helps keep the body healthy. When this area stays lubricated, you're not as apt to have allergies or to take in pathogens. So, all right, so these are some great practices to bring a healthy mind, clarity, and to connect to that crown chakra. I will, like I said, attach a picture of the Sharadara, a really wonderful practice, and I can make a list of these herbs that are really great for the mind and the brain. All right. Have a fantastic day. Namaste.